Boom, there we go.
Hi,
What's going on? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited to do this with you. It's so awesome of you to teach me how to make this stuff and to cook with us on Instagram here. It's so hilarious.
Absolutely. Thanks for inviting me. Yeah, I love what you're doing in terms of promoting good health, but also brain health, because I just think that that's like a missing part of the wellness journey. We're always talking about how we look, but also how we feel is a really big thing. And May also is Mental Health Awareness Month, so it makes a little sense to me.
We, or,
Also my birthday month.
well, is it coming up or did it happen already?
It was 1 week ago today.
Well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Well, people are still joining us a bit, but we'll get started. I want to introduce you to everyone in
Yeah.
our audience. Kevin is, of course, the founder of Fit Men Cook. It's a community that inspires men and women to eat healthy and stay fit, and make and eat recipes that, in Kevin's words, are never ever boring. Which
Right.
over 2 million followers around the world. That's crazy. And his latest venture is the launch of the Fit Cook, which is his own line of spices and wellness.
Oh, thanks.
It looks so cool. I was looking it's amazing. And he has been, on a ton of different, in different publications like Forbes and Men's Health, and of course,
Oh
on
my
shows
gosh.
and he's now here with us on HFC, which is probably
Heck yeah, HFC.
all roads.
Putting on, that's what I'm talking about. See, we're just like this. I get it. Well, I hope that you're ready to cook up some stuff because I'm hungry. We haven't had lunch yet, so I'm actually making lunch for the studio today. I'm not sure if you're making lunch for anybody over there. So,
I mean, I may share with Seth. He just, but I mean, I save it all for myself. So we'll see.
All righty. Well, cool.
This is a good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I can see you have a wonderful backdrop. Mine, I actually had to manufacture. That looks like an actual house and everything. That's just beautiful.
Well, it's my office. So.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so you picked sweet potato salmon cakes, which is one of my favorite dishes. So we're just kindred spirits. And so I thought what I would do first off, let's just start out with the salmon. And, treat this like the church. So if you have something to say, just blurt it out. Amen. Oh, you like that. And also, I want you to talk about some of like the mental health benefits of some of this food since we're doing this for HFC too. So that's kind of cool.
Okay, I'll jump in with that stuff.
Okay, cool.
I was told to do that.
Yes. So first off, if you're going to do this recipe, you need to bake up some sweet potatoes. You can also use some yams. They are different, but they have a similar flavor, but those two have to be baked. And if you've already baked them, make sure that they're actually cooled down to room temperature. So that way, when we start to make the patties, they won't cook the salmon. Mine are in the freezer cooling down right now.
Question now, what is the difference between a yam? Is it flavor? Is that it?
No. They're actually coming from different like families. But they're both like root like vegetables. But in terms of like taste, you really can't taste the difference. The sweet potato, I believe that there are tons more like variations of it. So you get a white, a yellow, a gold, purple sweet potatoes and whatnot. But people tend to like confuse them, saying that because they are the same, but they're actually not the same. Yeah. But in terms of recipes, nobody can tell the difference. No, usually. So, cool. so you're good on that end.
Okay, good.
All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to prep our salmon. I like to get the center cut salmon just because the center cut is always the fattiest and you need to get all that meat. So ask the butcher to get you the center cut ones. If you go to the store, they probably already sell the center cut. So take the sharpest knife you have in your kitchen and we're just going to cut off the skin. So just put your hand down and then just go all the way up under it. So that way the skin comes right on off that salmon.
Wow, you did that so much more elegantly than when I did it.
Okay, you've already done that? You've already filleted it? You've already done it? Okay, perfect. You're ahead of me then.
I mean, okay. I chopped the skin off. That's what I did.
Okay, and you can ask the butcher to do this for you too. Some stores will do this for you, but most grocery stores, I think, right now, if you ask them, and what I like to say is a Texas polite way, just go and ask them to do that. They have no problem cutting off that skin for you, but you can do it yourself too, and it
Okay.
shouldn't affect the price. Okay, I'm
Cool.
gonna do this on both fillets, and so
All right. I'll just a little, salmon has a lot of, the reason why we like the fatty piece is because that the fat is really healthy for your brain. It's part,
right.
you've heard the Mediterranean diet, the Mind diet, perhaps you've heard of.
I've never heard of the Mind diet. What is that? Somebody else, I think Cedric was telling me about the Mind diet, and I was like, "There's another diet out there?"
I mean, do we need another one? But the Mind is sort of inspired, I guess, by the Mediterranean diet. A lot of those elements are on there. It's a lot of like eat more of this, less of this. So
Right.
more fish, lean meats, olive oils, vegetables, etc. Sugar.
That sounds exactly like the Mediterranean.
That of health, that are, of course, but it really works. So,
Yes.
anyway,
Okay.
ready.
One second. I'm actually hearing, I'm not sure if this is just me or if it's y'all too. Thumbs up if you can hear her very well, because I'm hearing almost like every other word.
Oh, no.
Is anybody else? It could just be my bootleg connection here, but if thumbs up, if you can hear her perfectly, or, let us know. I can't see that far away, so.
Yeah.
But you can tell how many people are saying that. Maybe it's just my like connection. Okay.
Cutting out. Oh no. Boost Mobile.
Okay. They do. Oh yeah, you got the Boost Mobile. It's okay. They have T-Mobile and AT&T and Verizon now. If you want to upgrade,
What? No, I don't. Wait. What is Boost Mobile? Is that something of a like?
Oh, someone's saying you got that Boost Mobile connection. I think it's a joke.
Oh.
They're saying that you need to upgrade to like an AT&T or Verizon.
Oh.
You can get off the Cricket plan. Whoever said that, I love you for making me laugh today.
Wait, so I'm closer maybe? You can hear me better? Is that?
Oh, I think it's just the connection in general. But you know what? If you can hear me, I'm going to go on. But just know that we're hearing like every other word. So you got to speak a lot slower then.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So here's our salmon. Now, this is the trick that I learned from Jamie Oliver. This is an eggless recipe to make a patty. So first thing we're going to do, let's split this in 75% and 25%. If you cut along that little slit already, then it comes out perfectly. So you got one thick piece and then one smaller piece, just like this. All right. And with our 75% piece, what we're going to do is you're going to make really small cuts. We're going to almost, as if we're making sashimi.
Okay.
We're going to slice it into really thin strips. This is, the 75% piece.
Okay.
So slice it in there like this. And once you got that, then we're going to take it. You can kind of pile them up because we're going to completely disrespect this salmon. And then we're just going to chop it into pieces just like this. So chop them up until you get like some chunks.
Okay.
You got it?
Got it. I'm chunking.
All right. And make sure you have, a sharp knife and not a struggle knife. If you got a struggle knife, it's going to come out looking like you just mashed up some potatoes. We don't want that. We want clean cuts through the salmon. All right. Now, I can't see you're doing really well. See, that's the Hollywood knife. It cuts right. It cuts like butter, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. My friend,
do a couple.
If I'm not breaking up, Doghouse Forge. They make
Doghouse Forge.
My friend makes. Anyone can go there. It's on Instagram.
My friend can do a mean oil change. But I want to be friends with the Dodge Forge. Okay, here we go. So now with our pile, we're going to take our hand like this and we're just going to mince it just like this. So mince it up really finely. And the reason why we're doing this, y'all, is seafood, because it's super lean, it gets really, really sticky. And if we mince it up in a fine way, then we don't have to add in other stuff like an egg to make it stick together. The minced meat itself will help to do that. So think of this like you're making like a ground meat burger, like a beef burger. So you know how it's all like minced up, it's pretty sticky?
Yeah.
You technically don't have to add in an egg if you don't want to.
That's cool.
So this is what we're trying to do. Yeah. And for all those two who are like, just put it inside the blender. You can technically put it inside a blender or a food processor, but just don't like pulverize it
Right.
to the point where it just looks like who done it.
Right.
So we just want to get this mashed up pretty finely and just keep mashing it up. And what I like to do is make another pile of it and keep your hands really clear. I like to keep my hand right on the top of the knife and fingers back and just continue to mince it. And it just creates a beautiful, brilliant mince of salmon. And you can see it sticking together after every single chop, right?
And I gotta say, like the fattiness, I feel like, is what's making
it. Yes. And the fattiness too is also going to give it all that flavor. So, you know, get you one of those greedy pieces of salmon. The salmon that actually used to eat everything. One of those. That's the kind of fish that I want. Okay, now with our mince done right here, take that other piece, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to chop it into pieces the same way, into some thicker pieces maybe. All right?
Yeah.
And once we do that, we're just going to chop this into cubes now.
Okay.
And the reason is, you want to know what you're eating, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever you put something together, you want to have just a semblance of, okay, what exactly is in this burger? And these are just going to be like little pokes of salmon to come through the mince. So I'm going to cube this up this time, less of the mincing, and just cube it and add these cubes once you're done cubing it. And these can be, it's about this big, y'all. Let me show this to the camera. Can't see that far, but about this big. You see, almost about the size of like a Mentos.
Mm-hmm.
Or what's a better form? What's another great piece of candy? Wilson. What's it? Mentos. I know. I'm thinking about bad breath right now. That's not a good one. Let's think of maybe, I don't even know, an almond? No, not an Almond Joy. Those are too big too. Okay. Peanut M&M. That's a really good one. A peanut M&M around that size. Okay. So we got those things. Now grab a glass bowl because we're going to begin to put these patties together. So I want you to add in the mince. Add in your mince and make sure it's all sticking together, and it should clump just like that. It should pick it up. It should be together. And then we're going to add in our chunks of salmon. Okay, are we still there?
We're here.
Are you still rocking with me?
Everybody.
All right. How's everybody else? Is it looking good?
Is anyone
Y'all see this? I'm not sure who's cooking along. Probably no one. But you can save this and watch it later because it's such a great recipe. Okay.
How does this?
Oh, that looks perfect.
Good.
Listen, can you hold this up to the camera? Yeah, it looks perfect. Will you hold mine up to the camera for me?
Oh, yeah.
Right up there. Higher up, higher up, higher up. Closer, closer. Bueller.
Ooh, they're the same.
There we go. Oh, identical.
I'm like a real chef.
Yeah, you are. You know, I mean, you got the stuff for it. You do. You have the Dodge Forge knives. You know, that I mean, because that alone helped you out. Now,
okay.
What's up? All right, now we're.
But anyway,
go ahead.
Got our stuff here.
Yes. So now we're going to take our sweet potato that has been baked. So should be nice and fleshy. Technically, we want these to be at room temperature. Mine aren't at room temperature because, you know, I was busy chatting away and they just came out of the oven. So mine are a little toastier. But you want them to be. Say it again.
Are we taking the skin?
Yes, take the skin off. The skin should come right on off after you bake it. This is how soft they should be. And what you can also do is just take a spoon. And then, yeah, and take a spoon, and we're just going to add tablespoons of the sweet potato to our salmon mix.
Okay.
Just like that. Boom. Now, a cool hack to this recipe is to also use you can use canned pumpkin or you can use some canned butternut squash as well.
Okay.
If you're in a, like if you're in a pinch. But the only thing, if you do those tend to have a lot more water in them. So you're going to have to add in some more breadcrumbs or some panko, which we're going to do in a second as well. All right.
So about
grab yourself. Oh, go ahead.
Potato.
Yeah, you can do. I'm not sure how big yours was, but I have about 1 cup of sweet potato in mine. 1.5 cups, 1 cup of it.
Cool.
Into my mix. So not that much. So just 1 sweet potato should be enough. And we just want, the flesh, so you can discard the rest or, put it inside a plant or whatnot. Okay, grab yourself a clean knife. We're going to add some veggies. So grab some green onions. I'm going to chop up some green onions, and we're going to finely dice these. Chop them up really finely. Get the Dodge Forge going again. Did he send you more than 1 knife? If he didn't send you more than 1 knife, he's not a good friend.
I do have a set of knives.
Okay, good. He sent you a whole set. He's coming through. All right, so we're going to dice these green onions up. And you could stop right about the white part of the green onion. All right, and then I'm going to add the green onions to our salmon burger mix. All right, how are we looking over there?
Good.
We're good? We're good? Okay, can I keep on going? And I'm going to show y'all a picture of this in a second. I'm going to put this closer to the camera so you can see what we're doing. Wilson, will you hold that up for them? All the way up to the camera? Yeah. Okay, boom. Thank you very much. Now, the most important part of this is to add some personality, because let me tell you, the internet will let you know in a quick second. It's unseasoned food. Looks disgusting. We don't want that. And put you in a bad mood. This is for brain health too. So I've got some panko here. This is some gluten-free panko. I'm not a gluten-free dieter. I eat just a little bit of everything, but if not having gluten is important to you, then just get some gluten-free panko. Sure. Got about 1/2 cup. I'm going to add that into the recipe. Maybe a little bit less than that, about like 1/3 cup. And now let's add in the personality. I have got some chili powder. If you are from, what? You don't have chili powder?
I have
chili. You know what chili powder is. Okay. And another cool hack, and if you don't have a whole bunch of spices and you don't want to buy them, you can go to the store and buy like one of those taco seasoning packets and just use those. Just try to get the ones that are lower in sodium. That's all my advice for that. Okay. If you don't have chili powder, you can also just use some smoked paprika. Then we're going to add in some turmeric, one of my favorite to cook with. It's a great anti-inflammatory and adds a little bit of nuttiness. Say it again.
Turmeric, curry, all good, really good for your brain.
See, that was a talking point, y'all. That was a setup. You know how you like, hey, there you go, and put it away. See, now this is just a personal favorite of mine. Just a little bit goes a long way, but I think it adds some depth to it. Some cinnamon. And I also like to add cinnamon because I'm a person that just walks around with like a sweet tooth all the time. And what I love about cinnamon is that it helps to really curb that. All right. Then a pinch or pinch or two of some sea salt. Make sure that's in there. The internet will let you know if it's not. And some black pepper. Okay. Now we're going to get a spoon or a spatula. Yeah. She got the fresh stuff, the fresh peppercorn. Okay, Wilson, would you mind holding? Actually, I'm going to come around there. I'll show y'all what mine looks like, so that way it won't spill out. Boom. Here we go.
Whoa. That looks
better. There you go.
That's pretty.
Let's see yours.
Here we go.
What's yours looking like?
It's not as pretty.
That's exactly. No. That's exactly what we want. They look identical. All right. So now we're just going to mix this up together. Mix and mash. You can use a spatula, or you can get your hands dirty, like I like to do. I'm not going to right now because I can't go off camera and wash my hands. So I'm going to use this spatula. And just fold everything together. And if you see that your mix is a little bit too loose, then all you got to do is reach over there to your baked sweet potato and add in another tablespoon of some sweet potato. That's all you have to do. Or you can reach over here and grab you some more panko and sprinkle in a little bit more panko.
My sweet
Very simple.
potatoes cooked as I wish they were.
Oh, okay. So you got like, they're not really mashed. They're like a faux mash.
I'm mashing them. I'm mashing them.
Oh, you're mashing them right
Yeah.
now? Yeah, it's okay. You can mash them up. You got to make it do what it do. We don't judge here in the Fit Man Cook kitchen, in your kitchen. We just, you do it. You just make it, you make it work. You got to eat it though.
It doesn't turn out.
No, it's going to turn out perfectly. I just know it. I feel it.
It looks good.
All right. I hope yours is smelling as good as mine is because it's super fragrant.
Yeah.
Especially with the fresh onion and the pop of that chili pepper. Just ready to go. And make this your own, y'all. You can add in some other spices as well. All right. So once you're done mixing it, it should be sticking together like this. It should be really easy and malleable.
Yeah.
To stick together kind of like patties. Now, what I like to do, and I think we should do this just to help out, because we're going to make a salsa real quick, and then we're going to come back and cook these, is I like to just to go ahead and form the patties right now. So grab yourself a baking tray and then scoop out a good sized portion of the patty. I'd say it's about 2 golf balls full. Mash it down once you got your patty. And then I'll come around there so I can show y'all what's in my hand. Here we go. Patty, just like that. So about 2 golf balls. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, don't make them like monster burgers like you're trying to do some type of food challenge on like a tasty video. We're just trying to make little medallions, I guess. Bigger medallions. All right? And then we're going to keep on doing that. If you're really anal about it, which sometimes I am too, y'all, so no judgment, just use an ice cream scooper. Use one of those big ones. And that way, every single patty can come out to be the same size, which is important too, because when you put them into the skillet, it's good for cooking them uniformly. Yeah. So that way you understand the cooking time. You don't have to have one in there. It's like like a struggle.
Right.
Like a struggle patty. All right. Get our patties mixed. Let's do one more. And what we're going to do with the patties, this is a good make-ahead recipe too. And what I mean by like make-ahead, let's say that you're going to go to a cookout or something the next day. I haven't made these on the grill, so I wouldn't say do that. But if you want to have them ready for your dinner party or for your cookout, so you can make inside of a skillet, then you can make the batter and just set these inside of the fridge by themselves on some parchment paper. So that way they get really nice and firm. They come out the next day. All you're doing is plopping them into a skillet. I'm going to go ahead and rinse my hands. Got some water here off camera. Yeah. Just visualize that there's a sink behind me, y'all. And I just put my hands into the sink. Shh. That's the water running. Use your mind, your imagination. You see how I'm bringing everything together? You didn't see that before, did you? Okay, then I'm going to take the patties I just made, and I'm going to place mine in the fridge. Place yours too in the fridge, so that way they can just firm up. And while these are firming up, ideally you want to keep those in there for about 20 minutes. We don't have 20 minutes today. We got about 5. And in between them like firming up, we're going to create a little bit of a salsa to go with them that I love to make. So grab some tomatoes, some cilantro, and an onion, and an avocado. All right, so first thing is going to take our tomato. I like to use the Roma tomatoes. Make sure it's real nice and firm. Chop off the top of it. Slice it in half. Boom. And then slice each one of these in half as well. And what I like to do is cut out the middle part of the tomato where the seeds are. And that's just because, especially if you're making this stuff for meal prep, the moisture of the tomato can speed up the aging of the entire salad. It can age it pretty quickly. It can get really mushy. It can spoil faster. And also some people have a little bit of trouble digesting tomatoes. And I think it's largely linked to the tomato seeds. It gives people upset stomachs sometimes. They just don't understand why. It could be the tomato seeds.
That's interesting.
So,
yeah. Tomatoes give Beth heartburn.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we don't want those.
No.
All right. And so we're going to line these up, these slices, and you're going to slice these up like some bell peppers. You're going to slice them into thin strips. And doing this by taking out the seeds too, it also makes them easier to dice up, right? Because now we don't have those in the way, and we just have these strips of tomato. So now whenever you cut them, look, it's almost like uniform. Have you ever wondered, like, how do they get this stuff so uniform inside the restaurant? It's so crazy. Sometimes they do stuff like this.
Totally.
See? Yeah. And make sure you have a sharp knife or a good knife that actually slices through the food, doesn't mash it up. And we're going to add our tomatoes to a bowl. Let's do 2 tomatoes. Is that all right with you?
Great with me.
Okay. Perfect. Let me do this last bit right here. All right. And if you're watching this, y'all, this is not just a cooking video, but it's also a fundraiser for HFC. So did you want to talk a little bit about what we're raising money for? People can do, just click on that donut, click on that donate, that donate link.
Can people hear me? Is it working?
Yeah.
Is it...
Yeah.
Okay. You know, for those of us who are joining us for the first time, we started HFC after my mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and really, you know, felt so inspired by the community that we met, and decided that our mission was, of course, care for people who were going through disease and for caregivers, but also to teach everyone how to take care of their brain, because there's so much
That's awesome.
over the past few years that gives us over our brain health, and food is such a huge aspect of that. So, you know, we're just so excited to teach people the many ways, but specifically, you know, we want to teach people useful tools and how to keep their brains healthy, and cooking with ingredients like this will help. So, if you want to support our work, you can donut to us.
Thank you for not leaving me hanging there with the donut. Yeah, y'all. So if you like what you see right now, click on that donate link and just know that it's going toward a great cause. I have an ignorant question, and it's probably, I don't know, but I'm just thinking about, did y'all see any pickup of some of these, of some mental health, or maybe, I don't even know, like Alzheimer's during the pandemic, because we're all in close quarters? Did that accelerate some issues for some people?
Well, what it did was it really amplified how difficult it can be to be a caregiver to someone.
Wow.
Of course, mental health is something that plays a huge role in brain health, but also for caregivers, because it's such an isolating, stressful, emotionally heavy job.
Gosh. Yeah.
You know, the isolation of the past year has taken a toll on caregivers, but fortunately, we have a really great community of caregivers here, and we have online virtual support groups for people. Our grant program provide care to people who are taking care of their loved ones.
Yeah.
And so, yes, so the answer to your question is yes, it has been exacerbated during all of this.
Wow.
And we're not maybe near the end, because a caregiver's job is difficult in the best of times. So.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what it was like during the quarantine. So definitely. My church does something too, and they help out the caregivers for people who are caregiving for people who, you know, like who have Alzheimer's, and they'll give them like 1 or 2 Saturdays a month just to go out and run errands, just to help them out with some of those things, because it's such a highly stressful time, I just imagine. Just having to, you know, plus just the heartbreak, the emotion of it all.
Totally.
So shout out to the people who are doing that.
Shout out to caregivers, that's for sure.
All right, I've got an onion here. So I've sliced it in half. I've just peeled it, y'all. And what I'm going to do is I like to keep my onion attached to the root at the very top of it, the top, and then just make slits right here along, not cutting it all the way through, but not detaching it yet from where it's connected at the very top. And that allows me to go back this way and dice up the onion. So we're going to dice up a red onion as well. If you got one of those fancy knives, like, I'm sorry, what's it called? Dorch Ford? Dorch, what is it? Dorch Ford knives? Then, hey.
Doghouse Ford.
Doghouse Ford. If you got one of those fancy ones, then it should be a cinch. You know, I'm using my awesome global knife. Also good. All right, we're going to toss in some onions. And y'all, this is not sponsored, by the way, so you don't have to think that either one of us is getting paid. We're just having fun cooking. So don't write me about it. Okay, we got in our onion. Let's get some cilantro. Now, cilantro can be kind of polarizing for some people. Are you one of those people that taste like soap? Are you one of those?
No, I like it.
Me too. I can't get enough of it. So just chop it up. We're gonna just break off a nice handful of it, and I like to roll mine up. Some of y'all are very familiar with rolling. We don't judge here in the Fit Men Cook Kitchen, but you know how to roll. So you're gonna roll up the cilantro, and then we're just gonna chop it just like this.
Ooh,
Chop it, and you're like, oh, Kev, yeah, do it like this. This is the easiest way. You know, and you're probably like, yes. So roll it up with a whole bunch of leaves. Yeah, and the ball, and then just chop it like that. You're probably thinking, oh, Kev, but what about the stems? The cool thing about it is that the stem actually has a lot more of that cilantro flavor that you love.
Okay.
And then we're just going to mince it up the same way that we did the salmon at the very beginning. Keep your fingers up, and then just mince up that cilantro, just like this. And then we're going to add that to our bowl as well. Are you still with me?
I'm with you.
All right. If you're still with me out there, give me a thumbs up here on the live. We're still here, Cool Kev. We got to get you a really cool name too. What's a good name starts with an L?
Oh God, I don't know.
I know. Lovely Lauren.
Okay.
Cool Kev, Lovely Lauren. I love it.
I'll take it.
All right. And then the hero of this is some avocado. Good Lord, I can just write a book about what I love about avocado. It's just so creamy. It's delicious. It's filling. It's nutritious. It's delicious. Did I say that again? Let me say it one more time. It's delicious, but also it's a pretty satisfying. I guess it's a vegetable. It's a vegetable, right? It has that pit inside of it. Would it be classified as that? The internet will tell me if avocado is a fruit or a vegetable. All right, we're gonna slice up the avocado, and then we're gonna dice it up, and make sure it's a ripe avocado. You don't want one of those rock hard ones that's like a baseball. Because, yeah, we don't want that. Go ahead.
Another one of those foods, healthy fat in it, good for your brain.
Yes. So we're going to add that in there. I'm going to do the other side of this. And if you don't know how to pick an avocado, let me tell you, our friend here in the studio, Wilson, doesn't know how to pick one either. So you're not alone out there. And don't worry, even Wilson plucked. Let me tell you what Wilson did. If I cut open this avocado, it's going to be brown. But thank you, Wilson. Something told me this morning to stop by the store and grab an extra avocado, and I had one because of my morning shake and my morning smoothie. Well, but usually, go ahead.
I'm just going to defend Wilson. It's just.
You're going to defend Wilson?
Avocados, they last like 3 and you,
they do.
5 hours later, I'm like, well, I missed the window.
Okay, so my trick is, and I think this is not even a trick, it's just like what you should be doing is that at the very, let me show you these that Wilson has. They look like raisins. They look like giant raisins. And you can pretty much tell that at the very top of it, and people said that they are fruits. If it's like brown like this, then it's probably going to be dark inside. This one is also not just squishy, but like the skin is actually coming off of it already.
Yeah.
So you know it's probably not gonna, if I would cut this open, it's gonna look like whodunit. And we don't want that. So anyway, that's how you can also tell. just pop off the top part of the seed. If it feels firm, but there's some give to it, it's probably a good one. That one right there would be good for like putting into a smoothie. So don't throw those away. You can still, eat those. It's just you may not want to have guacamole with them because people are going to look at you like you're crazy.
Right.
And be like, you're trying to kill me. What is this? Okay, we added in our avocado. All right, let's hit this with some salt and some pepper.
A little salt.
This is about the end of it. Yep, some salt and pepper. Yep. Then you got yourself a lime. Do you have a lime?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do we have the thing, please, real quick? And just squeeze in some fresh lime. These are some of the, wow.
Never happened.
I think I have I can count the number of drops of lime juice on this. This is like 7.
Oh no.
This is the driest lime in the history of lime. It's okay though. We're gonna use this and get some more. Okay, that's a little bit more. Maybe you know what, Kev? Maybe your grip is just not strong enough. Maybe it's not the lime. Maybe it's just you and your weak grip.
It's probably you. Sure.
That's right. Oh, there we go. It was me, y'all. Dang. Well, there's a shot to the ego. All right, let me do one more lime. And and this is basically, y'all, like pico de gallo with some avocado, if we're really being truthful about it. That's all this is.
I did one whole lime. Should I do another one?
That depends on you. If you taste it and you like it, then I say run with it. And remember, you and Seth have to eat this.
I know.
So I just don't want Seth to, write me or say anything. Not that he would, and be like, "What the hell? Don't invite this guy back ever again."
I'm gonna make him try first.
Oh Lord. Okay. All right, and then this is the way it looks, y'all. Afterwards, we're gonna put this into the fridge. This is so delicious to eat with the patties, especially with the ripe avocado. Let me show you what it looks like. Boom. Here you go. Bam. All right. And we're going to add this to the fridge. Let this get nice and cold. And now we're going to move back and get ready to cook up our salmon patties. I hope you are feeling that this is not such an overwhelming meal. Something that can be done. It's really easy to do. There just may be a lot of components to it in terms of the salsa, but it's a pretty straightforward recipe. And this is also one that I like to use for my meal prep, so that way I can eat this several times throughout the week, especially for lunch. And these patties, once we cook them, they're good, not just hot, but they're also good cold as well. So you don't have to warm up this meal after you make it. All right, so now, time to get some cooking, right? So grab your patties from the fridge.
Patties.
The patties. All right, and nice and firm. Yours may be a little bit more firm because of sweet potato. Fire up our nonstick skillet. We're gonna put this on a medium-high heat. Get this going. Now, if you're watching your calories, which I get, fat calories are some of the most calorie dense, of course. So it's a combination. You can either use, it's an option. You can use some, let me grab it. There we go. You can use some avocado oil, or you can use some spray avocado oil, or you can use olive oil, or a little bit of avocado oil. I'm going to put once this pan gets nice and hot. And if you ever want to test out your pan, just get some water, drip it in there. I got a little spray bottle. Just spray that.
What about olive oil? Can you use that?
Yeah, you can use olive oil. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can. The reason why I don't like to use olive oil at times whenever I'm cooking up stuff like this is olive oil doesn't have a high smoke point. So when you start to fry stuff up, you know how olive oil gets really dark and black? Kind of like butter? Yeah. Avocado oil doesn't. So you can burn it at a higher temperature.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now our skillet's nice and toasty. In goes the avocado oil. And there's no flavor to this really either, so that's another plus of using avocado oil if that's important to you. Some people are like super tasters I realized that.
Yeah.
And they can taste every single subtlety in food. But avocado oil is one that doesn't, it has a pretty neutral flavor. All right, with our
Yeah.
nonstick skillet, in goes the patty. And I just used about, I think I used 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. There we go. Get this going. I wish you could hear that sizzle. And I'm going to do this, use some Texas patience, and I'm going to cook 2 patties at a time. That's all you really need. And another option for you, which I actually love this option too, especially if you're cooking a whole bunch of these and you've got like a large family or like a dinner party, is to basically turn up the heat on these. I want you to hit these for maybe like 1 or 2 minutes on each side. Get a nice sear, take them off of the heat, put them back onto your baking tray, and then just bake the patties. And it's just, it works every single time, and you can make these en masse that way. In fact, I may just do this. Plus, you're just going to ensure that the center of the patties are also cooked through. And you know what? I lied. I think I'm going to add in the other 2 patties here too, because why not? Why not? We're going to do it for the gram. Why not, Cool Kev? So in goes the other patty. 1. Just make sure that your skillet is large enough to accommodate that.
Here mine cooking away.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's a nonstick skillet too. I can tell by the coating on it.
Yep.
Beautiful. And so we're going to cook these, I'd say, for about 5 to 6 minutes on each side and flip them over. And the cool thing about salmon too is that you don't really necessarily have to cook it all the way through. Like I like a medium cooked salmon, ideally, is mine. So while this is cooking up, let's also think about plating our dish and getting ready for that. So I'm going to grab a bowl, and I'm also going to grab some salad. So these are good on a burger, like a burger bun, but I just got some spring mix here, some good old spring mix, because these are great on top of a salad. Or you can put the salad on a burger, on a burger bun, and do that too. It's up to you. Some people are really...
Sounds really boring.
A burger sounds really boring?
A burger salad. Like a salad.
A burger salad sounds really boring. Okay, you're going to hate me then, because I actually did not... Well, you know what? I do have some burger buns. Would you grab me a... Thank you. All right, and I'm going to flip these over to make sure that they don't burn. And monitor the heat in your skillet to make sure. You can turn it down a little bit too. Don't want to be too zealous. Overzealous, rather. And then, boom. Yeah. And putting them in the fridge, y'all, just to firm up, it does so much for the patties, I'm telling you. Because otherwise, you may have a big mushy mess on your hands and then break it up. Can you get the good patties, the one that was just the new one? Thanks so much. All right, we're going to start getting ready now. Since you called me out here about it being boring, I'm going to build a burger. So I'm going to grab something else now. I got to do this right for the internet.
People keep or commenting about my stove. It's I don't know, like an induction. I don't know. It's like a European thing. That's why it has lids.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, y'all need to tell them. People are asking about our stove. People just don't know. Y'all don't have. Yeah, this is Hollywood stuff, y'all. I mean, you got. Ask me about my cooktop. I got it from Amazon. That's the stuff you need to be asking about. Don't ask for stuff like that. You see me asking about it because you know why? I'm not in Hollywood. I mean, whatever. I just assume that whatever they have, I can't have, or I'm not gonna have. But this is a really cool cooktop, though. I really like it. It cooks evenly, and put your little skillet on there, and it goes right away. All right. So, how are your patties doing over there?
Good.
Let's see them. Have you flipped them yet?
I flipped them once, and now I'm going to flip them back, I think.
Okay. Flip them. We're going to... Oh, this part right here broke off. I'm going to get a little taste of it. Oh, ma'am. Wow, this is good. Ma'am, I haven't had these in a minute. This is a really good idea to make these. Okay. Now, if you're making a burger like me, since y'all call me out, can I get some Dijon, por favor? And get this, and get the other one, the other burger buns, the ones that look just like the other ones you brought, but it's a newer one. I'll show y'all which burger buns I like to use and the reason why. I'm also going to get a bowl just to do a salad one, just because some people are like team salad, like me, like Cool Kev. So we'll do both. Thank you. All right. Here's the burger. Huh?
It's so important. I was going to say, corned beef salad and greens and all that stuff is so good for your brain. So, like, truly, like, if you can add fun stuff to it, and that's how you get your greens, like, you're great.
Thank you. So I'm gonna add some mixed greens over here to this bowl, and you can do your own like vinaigrette so people who are new, who don't really know me, I cannot stand vinegar, even though I cook and stuff. I just can't stand it. It makes me gag. That and ketchup and mayonnaise, they're all things made from Satan. Just kidding, slightly. All right, I like to use this Dave's Killer Bread stuff. This is not sponsored, so you don't have to write us. I just like these. This is Dave's Killer Burger Buns.
Oh.
I like them just because they're super high in protein. They don't have any of like the fake stuff. You can read every single ingredient on here, and they have a mixture of different types of flours like whole wheat, barley, rye, spelt, millet, quinoa flour. So you're getting much more like nutritious form of a patty. Yeah. All right. Now you can bake these and put some, put a little butter on there if you want. I'm going to add some Dijon. Do we have any pickles? We should add some pickles that set out to Steph. And if you got some pickles, you can add those on there. But I'm going to add some Dijon. All right, smear that on there. And then I'm going to put some greens right here. A serving of our greens. Ooh, and Kev, would you put cheese on this one? I don't know about putting cheese on seafood, even though I did make some salmon patties with some cheddar in them, and they are bomb, by the way. Damn, we should have made those, huh? I forgot about that. We should have made them cheddar ones. Anyway, but I don't usually like to put cheddar on my burgers or cheese on there, but some feta could be cool. But we've got the creaminess of our amazing salsa, so technically we don't really need that. So I'm gonna grab one of our delicious patties from the skillet. Get a little action there. Yes, and it's just cooked beautifully. Here, I'll bring it forward so y'all can see. Here's the cooked patty. Oh, there we go. You see right there. Cooked all the way through. Add that to the burger. Boom. There's one. And then we'll add another patty to our salad. And then grab a spoon and let's put a nice dollop of our avocado pico de gallo right here on top. This is like a picture perfect image. I kind of don't want to even bite it on camera. I want to take a photo of this bad boy. Isn't it beautiful? Thanks, Wilson. All right.
Donating. That's nice. Thanks for donating, everyone who's donated.
Yes.
Paying attention.
Thank y'all. Keep it going. All right. Going to add some scoops to our salad as well. Add that avocado salsa right on top. And really, you don't really need a whole bunch of salad dressing just because this is pretty satisfying and moist as is. Mm-hmm. But I won't hate on anyone who actually does that because, remember, it's your food. You have to eat it. At the very end of the day, here we go. I'm going to show y'all the burger that I put together. And we can ooh and ah together. If you don't think it looks good, just lie to us on this live and be like, oh, my God. This looks so amazing. There we go. Boom.
Wow.
Look at that. Whoa. We're excited about that. Okay, so let's see yours. Let's see that salsa. Put that on top.
Hang on. Hang on. Almost there.
Yeah. You're almost there. And then also for the salad, for the veggie lovers out there. Yes. Heck,
Here's,
oh my God, that looks good.
it looks good. I'm
Cheers.
pretty proud of it.
I'm very proud of it. That looks so good,
I mean,
actually.
it's the first like salmon burger I've eaten them, I've ordered them, I've received them, but I've not ever.
Wow.
So,
And the first one too with sweet potato, right? Isn't
yeah,
that first one? Okay, can you taste it for the internet?
mhm.
And I know that you are really good in acting, because you're an actress as well. So I want you to just, and scene, go.
Okay. Get all the ingredients. Oh, hi. Seth will also taste.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's see. Let's see.
Hold on.
Is it good?
Here, come say hi.
Is it good?
Thank you.
I know.
Oh my gosh. What's going on, Seth?
How's it
All
going?
right,
So
it's
good.
going well. But you tell me, taste this burger, and be honest with us. If Seth gives it a thumbs up too, and we're good to go.
So at the end, they cook the thing, and then the other hosts join.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is right.
Exactly. It's a sunny day. This is amazing.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right. Heck yeah, we got a thumbs up from both the road. So I think we're good. I think we're good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Y'all, if you haven't donated just yet, make sure that you click that donate button below. It goes to a great, great cause. And eat more healthy brain food like this. So, boom.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Kevin, you're so awesome. This was so fun. I'm excited
Thank
to
you.
back. And for everyone who's watching, we have an event coming up, Brain It On, in June.
That is so clever.
It's like a pun-based organization.
I love it. Brain it on.
And, you can learn about it more through HFC. And of course, for more healthy recipes that will help keep your brain functioning well, follow Kevin at Fit Men Cook. This was so great. Again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have a good one.
All right, y'all. Take care. Cheers.